But what's most confusing is Ms. Loesch has conflicting talking points regarding gun control. For example, in the aftermath of the Parkland shooting in Florida, Ms. Loesch was adamant that the police or the FBI, who were called on Nikolas Cruz some 16 to 18 times, should have done something. I'm guessing something similar to the red flag laws, if there was such a law in place in Florida at the time, but I'm sure the NRA would have cried unconstitutional if that were the case anyway. But in the same breath, Ms. Loesch and the NRA want the government out of the business of gun control. And yes, the police and FBI were called on Parkland shooter Nikolas Cruz like 18 times. But there's nothing they could have done legally. Hashtag why we need more red flag laws. Because reading through some of the police complaints, Mr. Cruz is certainly mentally unfit to own firearms. And if you think otherwise, here's just a little taste. According to the police reports, Nikolas Cruz had been caught shooting the neighbor's chickens, sicking his dog on the neighbor's pigs, stealing mail, vandalizing property, and peeking in his neighbor's windows. And that's just the tip of this mentally disturbed iceberg. Because he's also found in school with bullets in his backpack, and Cruz was finally suspended when he brought knives to school. Also, other students had mentioned that Mr. Cruz had always been known to be mentally ill, and he would kill and torture animals, which is your first sign that you have a serial killer on your hands. But regardless of what the police or FBI should have done or didn't do, gun control needs to start in the communities. For example, to the parents or guardians and neighbors that were calling the police and FBI on Mr. Cruz, if you folks are calling the FBI on this kid 18 times, why the fuck would you allow him to own firearms in the first place? If I was Cruz's stepbrother, I would have been like, dude, you're not allowed to own a fucking butter knife, let alone multiple assault rifles, because just looking at you, I'm 100% positive you're gonna brutally kill me in my sleep. Yes, sometimes stereotyping works. Case in point, Nikolas Cruz and Harvey Weinstein. Just looking at these two fucking guys, you know the exact crimes they would be guilty of, even if you already didn't know the crimes they committed. And look, I don't want to take anyone's guns away, unless you're torturing animals for fun or have a felony conviction, especially if that felony was for a violent crime. Because I think we can all agree, if you're able to torture animals or beat somebody to death with a baseball bat, you'll probably be able to shoot someone in the fucking face pretty easily.